Hey, Becca Scoops here. Good morning, everybody. I'm on my morning walk, as you guys know, with my dog Maisie. And it's a cold and somewhat rainy morning here in Southern California. But I like that too. That's kind of cool. You know, it's peaceful. Since we've been getting some rain, that means this creek that's located behind our property swells up, and I like that. I like when the creek gets full and the water, see, it's like you can kind of see this is where it kind of comes down into this area here. But we're going to go up to the swing area. We call it the swing area. I've taken you guys there before. Maisie loves the swing area. Anyways, I'm coming to you today, another impromptu video, to make a couple of announcements and to share a few observations. Tried to make this video a couple times, and full disclosure, I got so upset that I started screaming during the video, as I do. I have a temper, and yeah, I'm not going to post those videos because it's not good to be screaming in a video. It doesn't make you, getting your point, screaming doesn't help get your point across. But being logical and using common sense helps get your point across. Although being emotional can help get your point across too. So I am going to be emotional about this, but I'm not going to lose my temper, or I'm going to try not to lose my temper. Yeah. So the first announcement is that we're working on a video. We're in the final stages right now. It's called Buried Evidence Comes to Light. It's jam-packed with some newly obtained information on the Gypsy case. We're going to put that information in context for you so you can understand it. And I think you guys are going to like it. It's more on the technical side, on the legal side. But it is pretty confounding when you figure all this stuff out that's in our new video. It's just going to make you even more upset about how all of that went down back in 2015 with the case, or the case that never was, against her. This video is actually going to be, if Gypsy went to trial, what would that case have looked like? So, and it's based on court documents. So it's not our opinion again, it's based on court documents. So I think you guys are going to enjoy that. That'll be out in about 4 days, 5 days at the most. It's the final stages right now. So yeah, that's almost done. But the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about has to do with my dear friend and fellow YouTuber, Toddy One Skip. Now, if you guys don't know who Toddy One Skip is, I implore you to go look up Toddy One Skip on YouTube. And she has a channel, and she does Gypsy content, and she does Scientology stuff. She has other interests too, which is good. And I recommend her, highly recommend her channel. So please go find out about Toddy One Skip if you don't know who she is. Now, if you don't know who she is, just a little background of the parts that she shared with the community is that Toddy is a gay woman. She's around my age, around 60. I think she's 61. And she was married to a woman named Jen. And before Toddy had the channel that she has now, she had made a video about Jen sadly passed away. And it was a very endearing video. It was a tribute to Jen. You could tell how much this woman meant to Toddy One Skip, and it was beautiful. It's a beautiful tribute. And sadly and horrifically, someone took that video, this person over on TikTok, whose name shall not be mentioned, because I don't want anyone going over to find this person, who claims to be the spokesperson of a mother murderer named Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She is the spokesperson for Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Decided she thought she would take the video of Toddy One Skip because Toddy One Skip doesn't is against Gypsy Rose. She makes content exposing Gypsy Rose. And don't you know, if you make content exposing Gypsy Rose, well, you know what? Your whole life has got to be put under a microscope. And then what's going to happen then is these people will decide to twist that content and make it appear like you are some horrible, horrible person. And what they accused Toddy One Skip of being a predator. Yeah, and that's all I'm going to say about that, because it is so ridiculous and so crazy and so, I don't even know what the word is for it. It's just like, yeah, it's shocking, but it's beyond shocking because it's ridiculous. And obviously these people have no common sense. They have no morals. And they're willing to do anything to protect Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And those are dangerous people, because they're dumb evil. There's smart evil, and then there's dumb evil. And they're dumb evil. And dumb evil is scary. Smart evil is scary too, but dumb evil are the kind of people that slander and defame and are out to ruin reputations just because they can. And you know what they think about ruining reputations? They think it's fucking funny. And you know what? They claim the moral high ground. It's crazy. It's crazy. And so I'm here to tell you all that if you hear anything about Toddy One Skip from someone saying something like that, it's ridiculous. And that's the background. The background is these crazy gypsy fanatics who are supposedly her spokespeople, one in particular. And let me prove to you how horrible these people are at research. During this video, my name was brought up. And I wasn't going to address it, but I think I have to address it because it has to do with my children. My children are grown. I have 3 sons and they're grown. And as many as you know now, because people have tried to expose me, he was killed in the line of duty. And we were married for 12 years. He was my high school sweetheart. We met when we were 16 in high school, and he died when he was 31. And we were the same age. So basically we spent, at that point, half of our lives together. And we had 3 sons. And those are his only biological children. But this person in this video with Toddy One Skip was she was claiming as fact that my first husband had impregnated a woman that he was married to for 4 months at the time that he was murdered. That is just an out and out crazy lie. That's just a crazy lie. And I don't know where she got that information, except to think that she can't do math. The only thing that I can think of why she would claim that my children have another biological sibling, and that's why I have to correct this, because this woman is running around the internet saying my children have another biological sibling, when they don't. They just don't. But the only thing I can figure, and without outing this other woman's that's remained, she doesn't even have social media, this other woman we're talking about. is that I think I don't know if she had this, she has a son that's 18. I don't know if it was adopted or, I don't know. It doesn't matter. She has a son that's 18. And obviously, since my first husband was murdered 30 years ago, he could not have fathered that child from the grave. So I don't know what you're talking about. But again, right in that video where they made these horrific accusations, unfounded and crazy and ridiculous accusations against Toddy One-Skip, they again lied about me. Again, these people just can't get anything right. Nothing. They can't get nothing right. And that's what happens when you Google stuff and you think you found stuff in quote unquote research, when you're not a detective, when you don't know what you're doing and you don't know what you're looking at, and you don't go to the source. I'm the source. I'm the source. Toddy's the source. And anyone that does any detective work knows the first person you go to is the source. If you're going to talk about somebody, go to the source. If you can't get to the source, then you look for people that are close to the source. You look for people that, like in Gypsy's case, worked on the case. You look for those connections, okay? But this video isn't about how to do a investigation. This video isn't about me. It's about Toddy One-Skip. And I just use myself as an example to show everyone how ridiculous these people are over on TikTok. And yeah, I wasn't gonna talk about them again, but after they attacked my friend in this horrific manner, I felt that I wanted to come out and at least publicly show her my support and publicly prove how ridiculous these people are by that one example that's in that same video where they say that my first husband fathered a child after we were divorced. And just to set the record straight on that, just so they know, because they're just so dying for the research of it, I guess. We're divorced in at the end of August of 1994. He was murdered in May of 1995. And he got married to this other woman in December of 94. So they were married a little over 4 months or so when he was murdered. And you don't want to get into that, because if you go into that, you're not going to like everything you find about that either. So all I can say is that you're not exposing anything or anyone. Okay? You're just making a fool out of yourself for a mother murderer. And I suggest you stop while you're ahead. Well, you're not ahead. You're behind now. Because you're getting sued. And the other thing I know is that you're getting banned from TikTok. So you might want to jump on a live and do that for 20 million hours before you get probably banned. It's not a threat. I can't ban you from TikTok. I don't own it. Anyways, this video's gone almost 13 minutes, and that's a lot longer than I thought I was going to do anyways. So I wish everyone, no, Maisie, have a good day. And from Becca Scoops from a cloudy Southern California, you guys have a great day. Thank you so much. And everyone, go follow Toddy One-Skip. Toddy One-Skip on YouTube. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.